what will the impact of the green revolution on petroleum field? And engineers also get stuck up in the geopolitical game because oil is such a resource that even USA, Saudi, they all are fighting for oil.
So that was a long story of 170 days captivity.
Jai Shri Ram everyone, and after a long time, welcome to another interesting episode of Crude Talks. Today, the expert in talk is Mr. Krishan Pal Sir. Sir has close to 40 years of experience in petroleum field and worked in ONGC throughout his career. In his career, he worked in both onshore fields and offshore fields. He worked in lab as well, in which he was part of many research projects. In his professional life, he experienced many ups and downs. On one hand, he was chief of labs, and on the other side, he was kidnapped as well. It is a great honor for me and my team to host such a great personality with us. So now, let's jump into the session. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Crude Talks. Sir, first of all, my first question would be, sir, you have a 35-year journey in this petroleum field. So, sir, what are the good decisions you make and what are the mistakes you made throughout your journey? Sir, what benefited you the most? So, can I know about that?
Sure. See, I started my journey in ONGC. And I finished my journey in ONGC, single organization, more than 36 years old. So for such a long time, I was given opportunities to work in different fields, different areas, like in offshore, drilling rigs, production installations, storage tankers, laboratories, and so whatnot. As you say, problems or some errors, let me accept. Very first time when I was put to rig in offshore, Shenandoah used to be the name of that rig at that time. Later on it changed to Kahrana. So I was put in the night shift. There is this 12 hours shift, day and night, and 14 days. And all of a sudden what happened, there's a derrick man, who handles these things. He made a mistake. There was a pipe connection and drilling fluid circulation was used to be there. So instead of opening the wall of this drilling fluid, he opened the wall of gel. Gel is less weight, just whisper. And what happened when he pumped it? So the whole hydrostatic balance, it got stuck. It becomes sub-hydrostatic sort of. And there was a kick. All of a sudden, very first night in the offshore. And what to it?
It was a first night.
Very first night in offshore operations. It's so epic. But luckily, because people are all experienced, so they put the BOP and everything. And then my senior chemist over. I joined there as a class 1 officer chemist directly. So my senior was there. He fired me like anything. Why did you do it? Why didn't you call me that I should have taken this action? You don't know much. So that was the first mistake that I saw, and then I learned, yes, in such situation, how to act, and that helped me more in future. Yes. And coming to benefits, see, many challenges we faced during these 35 years, right from the exploration, drilling, or production, because I was exposed to all these chemistry activities in ONGC at different point of time. And at different levels, whether it is a starting basic starting level, like chemist, senior chemist, rigs and production installations, or supervisory level, or middle management level, or even top chief level. So at every stage, there are so many decisions that I have to take instantly, immediately. And because it will have its own consequences.
Yeah, the later you act, the more consequences there could be. Yeah.
The latest one was, I tell you, as a chief lad, when I was in the latest stage, I just tell you one example. One practice was going on of having wet cuttings. Cuttings, cutting samples.
Yes.
They are to be preserved and analyzed. So there was a practice going on, wet cutting, dry cutting, and from different places you bring it to the institutes like KDMIP, Dehradun. And later on it was found out that it is of no use. After that time, whatever information input you want, you don't get it. So I proposed that case and I got it discontinued. Production many challenges. Low temperature, demulsification, big issue. Corrosion, another big issue. Water injection, big issue. You have injector here, you have producers, you don't know where that water is going, how to find out what to do. So for that, we did something like in our laboratory, we have this water compatibility test. The formation water salinity and characteristics different than the sea water you injecting, and then the water is coming, how much water, what is the salinity, like this, and then trace absorption. So these are the things that we developed this low temperature demulsifiers in Congress. See, in offshore, when your field is old, lot of water starts coming along with oil. Yes. And your handling facility, there we have designed the old one. So they cannot handle that much water. There's some separators and such like. But you have to produce. No. And along with this water, the demulsification is a big issue because temperature has gone down. Temperature gone down and your demulsifier is not working or taking time. So what you needed? You needed emulsification, that too very fast, so that oil in such time is not retained for long time. Very fast. Secondly, the demulsification process should be such that the separature should be very clean. Oil should not go in the water. Otherwise, in all offshore, you will see that the water that are draining as a lot of oil is there, oil slick and oil floating around. And such a big, and so, and a big environmental issue. So, and we used oil in water demulsifier. So that oil, or this demulsifier part also, should not go in water. It should remain in oil only to take care of the animal. So like this, there's so many challenges, drilling, stuck up one problem, big problem.
In drilling there are means when I hear stories. So there in drillings there are means if I compare, there is more by the stories I am telling you. So what I feel that drilling is more thrilling, as I feel, because when I am working in refineries and everything, of course there is work, but I find drilling to be more thrilling job. Because there are, in every 2-3 days, there are some challenges. You're not doing the same work again and again. There are some challenges which you have to.
Many challenges. So I'm just giving one example, like stuck-up, differential stuck-up. Pressure differential is there. You do pipe connection, no circulation, pipe is in a static condition, and because of the pressure differential, and there's a porous filter kit, it gets stuck. Now you try to relate it doesn't come out. Circulation is there, but pipe is no, you're not able to do it. So what you do? Immediately you have to do some action. Otherwise, over a period of time, deposition continues and surface area keeps on increasing. So more and more severity of the stuck-up is there. So what we thought, conventional lubricants, the coating fluids, we have been doing it for a long time. One innovative concept. We know in the filter cake you have clay. Yeah. So we thought chemically, if that clay can be removed from there immediately by some quick action, then the porosity will be there and that pressure transmission, communication will be there, the balance will be restored. So we went to this stimulation area and we found out that in sand, HCl doesn't work, but HF, hydrofluoric acid, it is used as mud acid for the stimulation. And HF reacts with silicates immediately. So we developed our own in our institute IIT, and SP publication is also dealt with that. So we designed this technology and ammonium bifluoride using it and in situ HF generation, so that because HF is very high reactive, it will react with your pipes and all that. So HF, as HF is not there while pumping, but when it goes near to the stuck area, there HF is generated. So that HF reacted very fast with this clay. Once the clay product, the filter cake is gone, then you have the porosity, permeability. So all your fluid against this and that is all communicated, and pressure restoration is there, and instantly, within no time, stuff was released. That was appreciated by ST also.
Sir, I'll read about this in detail. Okay. So, sir, as I was talking with Nagar sir, he told me there was an incident about in Assam. If you feel comfortable to share.
Yeah, no issue, no issue. A very warm story. You saw professional hazards. There's a different type of geopolitical or whatever it is. See, in oil industry, you have to work in very hostile, not only politically, geologically hostile environments also. Very different angles, dips, high temperatures, remote areas. You know, you get food at drill site sometimes. So happens like this. So anyway, this was a different type of incident. It happened in long back in. Actually, I went to Assam on transfer from Mumbai.
Yeah.
And initial 1 year in 89, I went there, May 89. 1-2 years went very well. But see, it so happened very interestingly. It was 1st of July, that incident. Hiteshwar Saige was the new chief minister sworn. And there were some extremists, Ulfa, they used to call it. So their cadres were there in jail. So they wanted release of their cadres. So they thought that if we kidnap some senior officials of the sector, so maybe giving a better work. And incidentally, that day, I still remember that. My well, I was a bedside chemist at that time. My well was completed. And 1st January, so 1st of month. So what we have to do, we go to the sites, make some reports, this absentee statement, this and that, and then not any physical work, and then come back. I thought, okay, I'll go and do this job. And that was the day of my kidnapping, not kidnapping. That was the day of my wedding anniversary. 1st July, I got married. What a coincidence. So that day, so my wife and my small daughter was there at the time. So we thought in the evening we will have some small party. So I'll go just, earlier I thought I should not go, but there was some work, so I thought I'll go, complete it, and then in the evening.
Happens.
So that
the most bad things happen when we don't go there. Means, and suddenly something appears, we have to go there, and that thing happens. Means, due to my personal experience, my personal experience is also there. Something bad is when my mom tells that don't go, and I still go there. Now something bad will happen.
is also thirsty. So that was a long story of 170 days captivity, almost 6 months. But in the Assam, they took us to many places, many villages, very remote areas, every day moving in the night from one place to other place. When armed people out there, we can take care. The bargaining, this and that.
Harshly style.
It was very scary, and for my colleagues, we were 3 at the time when kidnapped from Sivsagar, district Sivsagar. They, of course, they did from other places also, Zorat and other places. The Sivsagar, we were 3 ONGC colleagues. One day we stayed together at one place, in one house. So, and in the evening, then they're all different 15, 20 status, they came and then we worked separately. That was the last time I saw it, because those 2, my friends, they lost their lives during this period.
Okay. Peace to them. I don't know how to recover this and get to the next question.
No, it's okay. No, there's not a problem. It's old story now. And I'm not the only one. See, in ONGC also, I know the case in Agartala. One incident, 2 incidents happened in Agartala also. So these are professional hazards. So nothing to, think more about it. And
Petroleum engineers also get stuck up in the geopolitical game, because oil is such a resource that even USA, Saudi, they all are fighting for oil.
And what best example than Nigeria? You might be knowing Nigeria. Fight for oil. You will. Yes. Multinational companies versus locals, military, this and that.
Crude oil means, okay, so let me get to the next question, otherwise I'll get started on the geopolitical game. Okay, so sir, you have interviewed many GATE candidates as well. So can you tell me what are the qualities you look in the selected candidates? What are the qualities in them, and what are the bad qualities in the candidates who don't get selected?
Okay, very recently last year, I had this one recruitment interview with my director. He was my director when I was in OHC, and I sat with him during OHC interviews also for promotions and all. So it so happened that he was there in the board also. I was also. So my part was of mainly for the chemistry person, chemical engineers, chemists and all that. Because it was the exploration board. Exploration means geology, geophysics, reservoir, and some computers, chemistry, these figures. So the common board was interviewing all. So the very first thing I would like to tell about this interview process as a student to you, that in OHJC at least, we don't take stress into. No stress into. We make candidate very comfortable. Come, sit there, relax. And we ask first, we have the biodata with us. We will ask him first you describe you. So we give him full opportunity. Whatever he wants to say, he can say about his life, family life, academic life, social life, anything, whatever he wants to say, he can express it. No issue. So once it is done, he's at peace. We have water bottle also there. There are some snacks also if she wants. You can have that also, no problem. Then see in this interview, two things important. Me as a very experienced senior hydrocarbon personnel, I will be looking something very different and that move. And he's a student. He doesn't know about all those things. But his academics and basics are very important, which I have forgotten at that instant. Yeah. So there could be a mismatch also. What I expect and what he was, and So you have to be very careful about your question. So normally we ask initial basic questions about that subject, whatever the subject, tell us something about this. Then from one question to more questions. And of course, hydrocarbon industry, you should be familiar with what is happening around the world also and around you also. Yeah, and our country. So we do not expect that you will be expert, will throw some challenge, high level problem and you give the solution. No, we don't expect that. And we don't do that also. Very simple this. And we also know you have cleared your gate and you are such a good rank up there. So academically and everything, you are fantastic. No doubt, we know that. But some questions are related to that, your academics, basics, and some questions to the elementary hydrocarbon industry and surroundings. So nothing much, not to worry much about. Be confident. And one thing I'll say, you just relax, be confident. Eye contact is important. Don't look like this, you're in there. Okay, eye contact is very important. Do it. Be confident, but don't act over smart. We can guess. Anyone can find out. If you don't know something, you can very well say, yeah. But don't do that. No, you don't know, but you try this, that, okay, this.
Yeah, and sir, don't get it.
Yeah. If you don't, we accept it. If you don't know something, yes, fine, no problem. We switch to other. So no issue. So be comfortable, relaxed, and straightforward. Question to straightforward answer. Simple. No high-tech questions. Maybe at a later stage, maybe one or two questions come up. Say, suppose you are a mechanical engineer. Let us say, for example. So anything related to turbines and all that, high level, like that. Maybe sometimes one or two questions may come. Otherwise, it will be basically limited to basic mechanical engineering and all.
So, sir, why means you haven't interviewed private candidates or no? But do private companies look for the same qualities or it is just about ONGC?
See, for private companies, I did some interviews. And those interviews were for like the persons who were to be deployed in that service company. Let us say Halliburton, Schlumberger, or Baker. So those people, they want some this petroleum experts for their operations. So for that, we have done some interviews. And their interviews, it's different from what we do. Rather, I would say quite different. Because there you have their profile. They'll be asking about not much about your basic chemistry. They'll be asking more on your actual field experience, field-related questions. Mostly about your field-related questions, technical questions. They want to know about your technically how competent or suitable you are. And that one thing I still remember, yes, because they are global companies and you are expected to be global. So your conversation, English language, communication, this thing should be, this is very important in pro. You should be able to communicate because you may be having this African, you may be having Arabian, you may be having some remote place from Ireland or some you are from here, different people you have to interact. So your communication is important. One thing. Technical, yes, basic. This should be very sound. So suppose you are a drilling trade engineer. You should know all the basics of drilling. You have to really prepare extra for that. That I will say.
Sir, the green revolution is coming. Okay, our Prime Minister also promised that by 2070 we'll reduce the carbon emission by 0. Okay, so what will the impact of the green revolution on petroleum field?
See, petroleum industry is going to stay there for maybe next 50 years or so. I'll tell you why. For cars or automobiles, you can have petrol and diesel replaced by this thing, hydrogen, green energy, hydrogen or EV or whatever you call it. But then there are petrochemicals, these, your solvents, and there's a big chemical industry. There's many plants like urea plants and all that. So many places there, this hydrocarbons will be still needed. Maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, see, environmentally we all are agree that environmentally we should be safe and we should do it. And in my way, it will be the energy mix in next 30-40 years. Hydrocarbons will be there. The alternate energy sources will also be there, green energy and all that. But 100% replacement, I don't see in maybe next 52. No. Partly, yes, I agree.
Sir, India is also importing 85% of its consumption by foreign market. So, sir, there's a huge impact coming on the foreign reserves of India. So, what's your comment on it? How India can reduce that?
See, I remember when I joined UNGC at that time, only 60 to 65% import was. I have even seen the time of 80 to 83 when foreign exchange crisis was there. Because I was associated with the quality control of the crude in offshore. We used to export our Mumbai high good quality crude to get the foreign exchange. We have seen that timelines. So over a period of time, this hydrocarbon production in India increased, but after some time, it reached the plateau. Very few discoveries were there. Even private sector was engaged. Yes, no, recently 2 gas discoveries are there. Mahanadi Basin, very recently. See, earlier, Mahanadi area, because there's that missile testing zone is in Odisha, Chandipur. You know, Chandipur, Odisha, Chandipur is there, from where missile testing and all that is. So that is one trajectory, one area there. Yama, this is for them. And that area was barricaded by for any exploration and these activities. So ONGC knew that some hydrocarbons are there. but they were not allowed to explore it, drill also, because of the national interest of defense. But very recently, that window is narrowed down. Now, the area was available for exploration. When this was there, they got two good discoveries. So, but because our country's population is growing, growth very oriented, consumption is increasing, and our domestic production or discoveries, they are not able to keep pace with us. So I'm afraid, unless we have some alternate sources, our dependence will continue. And in near future, we may get some reservoir in gas, and maybe in deep water or STHP environments. So, and two more things. One, CPM was there long back, combat methane. We thought that some good gas will come out from those projects. That has not really come up to that level. Then one area was of shale gas. We were also hopeful, like in US, they are having a lot of shale gas. You have shales, gas is trapped there, and you do kilometers long horizontal fracturing, like this, not vertical, horizontal, kilometers long, and you frack it, different places. And from the gas starts coming. But unfortunately, in India, wherever we tried, I remember those times, that our shales are younger shales. They are not that mature. And few places in Ankleshwar or other, where we tried, we got some little bit gas, but not of commercial, well, one can say. So, as of now, it is not very promising in India. Maybe in the near future it may come up. That is the scenario.
So, sir, my last question would be, and this is the question which I ask to every guest who comes.
Okay.
Well, sir, if some guy who has just passed his 12th, okay, his or her 12th, and they come up to you and ask whether you will recommend petroleum engineering as a field that he can proceed or he or she can proceed to.
Yeah, no, actually, in my presentation, I have one slide there. You can see it. That would be better if you see. Where I have written, if you have R&D aptitude, have it. Or you have the knack for analytical things. You can analyze things, like in analytic chemistry. You can analyze things, not only in physical form chemistry. You can analyze in different ways. Well, if you have that knack for analytics, or if you want to accept challenges, explore different areas, unknown challenges, this and that. Any of these things, if you have with you, then you are fit person to become the energy solver, not only for India, but for the world.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on our channel. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure interacting with you. Thank you
So much, sir.
Thank you.